some off the field issues might limit what Arizona State can do this year or maybe years in the future. But if not, this is still a very talented team, one that can win the Pac-12, one that is capable of sending a bunch of guys to the NFL. And really, it just comes down to that off the field stuff. And it's really unfortunate that the coaching staff will put their kids in this situation. But here we are. And like I said, if they're able to play a full season and they're not limited in terms of suspensions or whatever the NCAA wants to do to this program, this will be an exciting team. There's a lot of players that have explosive potential, and I just really hope that the distractions don't limit what could be a special season for them. At number 10, we have Chip Trayanum, backup running back who had 290 yards and 4 touchdowns. If the starting running back, who we'll talk about in a little bit, ever goes down, they know they're in good hands with him running the show. Number 9, safety Evan Fields. Honorable mention Pac-12 last year, 38 tackles, which led the team. This is, again, it's really unfortunate because last year we didn't get to see Arizona State that much, and now this year we might have a team that's affected by off the field stuff, which is really too bad because, like I said, talented team that deserves to have their chance to compete for a conference championship. Number 8, defensive end Tyler Johnson, second team all Pac-12, 7.5 tackles for loss, 5 sacks. This defensive line is going to be a big problem for the Pac-12 and whoever they play non-conference as well. Johnson's the guy that's going to lead the way with that, along with one other guy that we'll talk about here in a little bit. Number 7, cornerback Jack Jones, the former USC transfer. Really got picked on last year in the few games that they did play, and honestly, he did pretty well. He's not a guy that's going to back down from a challenge. He's a guy who's more than capable of handling his own, handling the matchups that he faced, and he's going to have an exciting year, I think, in 2021. Number 6, linebacker Merlin Robertson, a guy who kind of took a step back, but still has NFL talent. More of an edge guy, but can play, linebacker, edge, outside linebacker, whatever you want to call. A very talented player. It's just a matter of, can he get back to his 2019 form? What is he going to look like this year? At number 5, cornerback Chase Lucas, second team all Pac-12 last year. He and Jack Jones are going to be two of the best corners in college football. At least the tandem will be, I should say, one of the best in college football. Very exciting tandem. The secondary is really, really fun. You throw these two, I should say, with Fields, and you got a good group there. Number 4, quarterback Jaden Daniels, guy who has NFL potential. Last year threw for 701 yards with 5 touchdowns and a pick, rushed for 223 yards and 4 touchdowns as well. Kind of a lanky guy, long frame, could probably add a little bit of weight to his frame to prevent some injuries in the future, give him some more durability, but a guy who we're really excited to see. We haven't really seen too much of him, so I think a lot of people are anxious to see what he can do. Number 3, defensive tackle Jermaine Lowell, guy who's honestly super underrated in the country, a guy who doesn't have maybe your prototypical size, but definitely gets the job done. A gamer, can use his hands really, really well. He has quick hands and some power in them as well. It's very tough to block him because he's able to move his blocker's hands away from his frame, and that allows him to make plays in the backfield or at least clog up running lanes as well. Number 2, running back Rashad White, honorable mention Pac-12 last year. He averaged 10 yards per carry. 10 yards. That's insane. I know it's a short season, but still 10 yards per carry is crazy. He's also very useful, very dangerous weapon in the pass game as well. So it'll be interesting to see how they utilize him, what they can do to get him in the open field. And if they do that, get him in space, good things usually happen for Arizona State. Number 1, guard Donovan West, first team all Pac-12 last year, a guy who is more interested at putting his guy into the dirt or into the turf than anything. He does his job really, really well. and it's not like he's just trying to, I guess, pile drive a guy. He's going to send a message, but he's also going to do it in a way that also helps his team. So as you can see, Arizona State, very talented team. Just a matter of, can the off-field stuff stay away long enough for them to be able to compete. You look at these 10 guys, and there's a lot of excitement to be had. And a lot of guys we really haven't seen that much. I hope that we're able to see them. If these sanctions can hold off or whatnot, I don't know. It's just a really tough situation to be in. But if they're able to compete, watch out.